Support for Radio Friends comes from La Brunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact La Brunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, June the 21st. Pleasure to have you with us today. We're going to talk about a very important organization in our community, and that is the Food Bank for Central and Northeast Missouri. They're helping so many folks. And I want to introduce you to Seth Wolfmeyer. Good to have you here.
Good to be here, Paul.
You were with us a couple of months ago. We were talking about the needs of the food bank, and nothing has really changed, has it? I mean, the need is still there, and thank God people are still sending cash in to help out with that need.
Absolutely. And, the need is always going to be there. And thankfully, I think that as things do improve across the world, especially with the pandemic, things are lightening on people a little bit. So things are better for people in general. But, of course, we still have people on a regular basis who need help with food.
Okay. So I'm hearing some positive news.
Absolutely.
When you say things are lightening up a little bit, you can actually tell a difference as far as the number of folks that are seeking assistance?
Yes. So, we're coming down, we're seeing some of the spikes in need that we did see throughout the last year start to fade away a little bit. So that way there's not so many people all at once coming to get help from the food bank.
But let's keep in mind, there still are a great number of people who need assistance. So if you have been one of the folks who have been so gracious in donating money to the food bank, now is not the time to stop, because there's still a lot of help that's needed. You had an interesting story you wanted to share with us.
Absolutely. So one of the things that people forget about the food bank is that we cover so wide an area. We actually serve 32 counties. And we recently visited with a partner agency, one of these food pantries that we provide food to that they help their community. We went to Kahoka, Missouri to visit a food pantry up there called Helping Hands. And while we were there, we got to talk to someone named Nancy, who originally started coming to that pantry back in 2008. She had had a stable career for a long time, but her husband was diagnosed with cancer. And we've seen it so many times at the food bank, a sudden medical expense or something comes up and you need some help with food. And so she started visiting this pantry to get help. One day, someone was asking for people to volunteer at that pantry, and she decided to help out while she was receiving assistance with food. And 13 years later, she's now the president of the board of that pantry. Mm-hmm. So, it's a really clear sign of, the people that come to get help with food. They're so often doing so out of a situation that they can't control, and they want to give back to their community, or they're looking for chances to work.
And, you mentioned that story, and you think about it. You may be riding high today. Everything is going fine. You've got a good job. You've got your health. But you don't know what tomorrow may bring or what next year may bring. Sometimes it's a throw of the dice. You think you've got everything all planned out perfectly, and a loophole comes your way.
Exactly.
What, as far as needs right now with the food bank? You need money. Mm-hmm. And you would prefer to have the money if possible. But folks who have a garden, and if you're harvesting from your garden, you will gladly accept vegetables and fruit from the garden, correct?
Absolutely. Produce is more valuable than, almost anything else. It really helps us to provide people that are looking for help with food those garden vegetables, anything that you can provide, because that's the nutritious food that people are looking for that can help someone who's food insecure continue to eat healthily even while they're trying to kind of right the ship.
Yeah, I try to plant a little extra in the garden and call it the sharing garden so that I can pick and bring down to the food pantry. And even though I don't bring that much, it just feels good to do that. It feels good to do that. The other thing that you're looking for are for volunteers, right?
That's right. And so for much of the last year, we had actually suspended our volunteer program. During the pandemic, we were concerned that we couldn't keep people safe. We weren't sure, like a lot of people weren't sure of what was.
Well, how were you operating, though? How were you able to still serve people when you were suspending the volunteers?
Through a lot of help through, other parties. So one example is that we actually got a grant that helped us pay for temporary workers. So essentially full-time staff that were with us for several months that we were able to pay through this grant, and they were able to cover up some of that volunteer shortfall. And then the Missouri National Guard actually had some guardsmen who were stationed with us who helped us handle the day-to-day activities, packing boxes of produce, packing up boxes for seniors and veterans, as well as distributing food directly to people. So between those two groups, we were able to cover up a lot of those volunteer hours that we were missing. But those opportunities, that help doesn't last forever, and so we're really starting to bring back the volunteer program now that we have a better idea of how to do it safely, and we're starting to bring it back in full swing. The challenging part, though, is that this is summertime, and summer is usually when typically we see our biggest decrease in volunteers.
Okay.
So
all right. So if you would like to help out with the food bank, if you would like to volunteer, what do they need to do?
Just go to the website, sharefoodbringhope.org, and there you can click on the volunteer button to learn more.
And what type of volunteers are you looking for?
So we're looking for people to help at the food bank, to pack up boxes of food or sort donations, so that way we can distribute it out to our network of partner agencies. We're also looking for people to help at Central Pantry to help provide food to people directly.
Are you looking for people here in Columbia and in outlying areas too?
Columbia is the biggest focus for now, although we do have some volunteer opportunities out throughout the rest of our service area. If someone is interested, the best place to go is the website to see what those opportunities are.
I also want you, when we talk about donating money, and we've done this each time, the difference between somebody going to the grocery store and buying a bag full of groceries and bringing it to you versus giving you that same amount of money that they spent at the grocery store to bring those groceries, how much more can you provide if they give you money instead of the groceries?
Yeah, so for every $25 someone would donate, that would help us provide at least 100 meals. And that's because we can work with Feeding America, our national partner. We can work with all our, other corporate partners to buy food as cheaply as possible.
So are you saying that $1 would be equivalent to maybe $5 in groceries?
So we try to talk in meals because that's how we best serve people.
Okay.
So $1 can help provide around 4 meals.
Okay. All right. I thank you so much for visiting with us. Again, if people want more information or if they want to volunteer, it's sharefoodbringhope, all one word, .org. And that's a food bank for Central and Northeast Missouri. Seth, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thanks for continued success with everything that you're doing. And tell Lindy we said hi.
Will do.
Okay, we're out of time for today. If there's something you would like to hear or see on this program, I would love to hear from you. With your suggestions, just drop me an email. That's pepperp@missouri.edu. And when you go out and about, be nice to people, okay? And give them a smile. They'll feel good, and it'll make you feel better too. All right, have yourself a nice day. Bye-bye.